Review Sunday the 5th of July at 11:45. This is looking on Sky Sites, wind at 3,000 feet for Monday the 6th. Looks completely blown out. That's the Sin Rasp, and that's also showing blown out. Tuesday the 7th, there seems to be some lighter winds in South Wales, but for the rest of the country it looks blown out. And then there's a few stars actually around South Wales and the South Downs. That might give a flyable window. Nothing massive though. This is Rath's view of the surface winds, and again that's pretty strong, so I'm not going to look any further at that because it's not going to be brilliant. Now looking at Wednesday the 8th, and these are the star rating, and by middle of the day you've got 4 stars through large patches of the country. Sea breeze is pushing in from most of the coasts. Wind at 3,000 feet, light in the southern half of England. Flyable sort of downwind strengths in the Peak District, I would say. So you might have a choice of a triangle from, say, the Worcester Beacon, or a downwind flight from Peak District. UKV's view of Wednesday, low thermal in heights at 11 but increasing by 12 and 1, then increasing during the afternoon. It looks blue, there's no cumulus showing there, but still looks like a good day. Wind at 3,000 feet, that doesn't look like it's triangleable. Looks more downwindable, but certainly flyable. Rasp stars starting at 11, good throughout Wales and central England. Basically nothing above the M62, but south of that it's looking very good. Through till 6, yeah, and even 7, so it's going to be a long day on Wednesday. Boundary layer average winds are well, according to that, are probably a bit too strong for circuits, but there's downwind opportunities. Now moving back to Thursday the 9th, see how the stars develop. That looks like shaping up for a good day across large parts of the country. Wow, a rare 5 stars in Sky Sight at back end of the afternoon. That's 6 o'clock. 3,000 feet winds at 11, so that is very light through the centre of the country, and still light other than the south coast, which has got a bit of a breeze. We're now sort of middle of the afternoon and it's still fairly light. The lightest winds are Peak District and north thereof, but it's still light across most of the country through most of the day. So that might allow us to think about flying a circuit. And on Thursday in UKV, you've got a good thermal in height from back end of the morning, improving during the day. Few storms kicking off southwest of London, and you can see a big sea breeze pushing in on the east coast and the west coast. Rasp stars for Thursday, that was starting at 11, and by 12 and 1 o'clock you've got large parts of the country between 4 and 5 stars, basically south of the M62, but there is through the Pennines, North Pennines and Dales, there's some good active air, but the best of the air maintains longer in the centre of the country. Boundary layer average winds, lightest in northern England, well, Peak District, Dales to begin with. Winds are picking up a little bit South Midlands, probably too strong for circuits there, but remaining light enough in the Peak District. Friday the 10th in the stars, late to get going, but by middle of the afternoon you've got some decent stars there, lasting through till 5 in the afternoon. Winds are strong, very much blown out in the south of England to begin with. Light enough to consider circuits in northern England, around Northern Dales and Cumbria. Probably blown out south of the M62 by the looks of it. So Friday might offer the opportunity for a circuit, Cumbria or Dales. Thermic air mass at 10, and then as we move through the morning it picks up as you'd expect. This is in UKV. You've got some storms kicking off in southern England towards the back end of the day. Wind at 3,000 feet, so light through the centre. No, sorry, light through in northern England, but I would say in general those are stronger winds than was showing in SkySight. And these are the RASP stars, showing the best of the air south of the M62, nothing much north of that. And this is a very distinctly different view of the wind strengths to the other models, with very strong and completely blown out north, well, Birmingham and north of Birmingham, but with light winds in South Wales and around Gloucester, Bath, that sort of area. That was at 11. And it's broadly the same throughout the day.